Hi everybody, it's Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blueshirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers!
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't be as a Ranger fan. Can't be as a Ranger fan. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Tuesday. It is December 13th. My name is Jim, and as always, I'm joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, heave-ho, 4 in a row. Here we go. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. The voice is a little bit weaker. The verbosity will not be ferocity tonight. But yeah, who knows? You know, I might blow out my voice talking about something, some subject that maybe is, I don't know, pestering me or you. I don't know. Hey, I'm with you. Heave-ho, 4 in a row. You know, every time the Rangers win, I see some freaking, oh, but this, oh, but that, but they didn't play 60 minutes, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a crap. 2 points, 2 points. This team was on the, see, I'm screaming already.
Here we go. See, you're right into it.
I mean, we were on the precipice of Gallant was going to be fired at any minute.
You're a true performer.
Right? And now they struck some wins together.
Absolutely. Things looked pretty bleak last week. You know, they were coming off the win the last time we were all together. They were coming off the win to the Blues, which was not impressive. They go on the road on a trip that I think most of us, I think if you're a more pragmatic Ranger fan, which most of this group is, I think you had to feel that, you know, this could be trouble going into Vegas, going into Colorado. But they come out against Vegas and
can I just start there? But we beat up. Come on, they didn't have Eichel. Come on, who else they have? There was that one other guy there.
They were missing a couple of guys.
But the Rangers were stinking the joint out.
Right.
So, I mean, even if the other team is – the Rangers aren't as good as last year. We all at least come to that fact. The magic isn't there. You got a second pairing that is about as disastrous as I've seen. Jacob Trouba, I don't know what planet he's on, where he thinks he's playing.
He's struggling.
Keandre Miller, I've said it. He hasn't played all that great. So anyway, so when we win, I don't want to hear all these, well, the other team. Take your 2 points. Take the fact that, yeah, they had the testicular fortitude to drum it up as a team and get a win.
Do you remember what Roger Nielsen used to say?
It was a long time ago, my friend.
Roger Nielsen used to say, it's not who you play, it's when you play him.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
But that is a great statement by Captain Video.
And that was certainly true. Hold on. Sorry. Having a little audio thing here.
Oh.
There we go.
I know, see, man, the first period was dead. The Rangers got dominated every game. The Devil game, they had one period they got outshot like ridiculous. I understand it. The Rangers are on a 60-minute team right now. They may not be a 60-minute team. It's a different season than last season.
They may never be a 60-minute team at this point, but I guess it's going to come down to what they do with the minutes they are there.
Or the seconds, like last night.
Right.
The 15, 14 seconds they were on fire.
Just to backtrack
backtrack.
The Vegas game, they were up 1-0. Vegas ties the game. Rangers explode in the third period for 4 goals, win the game 5-1. And they were extraordinarily unimpressive against a decimated Avalanche team. Decimated. And I did not think the Rangers looked good at all in that game. But they hung in there. Shesterkin makes 41 saves. They hang in there. They get it to a shootout, and they do what they got to do to get the 2 points. And then, then they come back last night against the Devils. A week ago, if you're looking at these 3 games, how many people were fearing a 3-game losing streak? I know it was in my mind. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not some revisionist history type guy here. I could have saw them losing all 3 of these games. Wait, the Devils are playing. The Devils don't lose on the road. And after what the Devils did to the Rangers a couple of weeks ago?
I mean, I don't have to like them, but
you can't deny what they're doing.
You can't deny it. I don't even know what the hell they did to get like that. I mean, last night I'm watching the game. They're like an incredibly fast hockey team, the Devils.
They are.
They're explosive.
Playing for Lindy Ruff, who was not – this was not his forte.
Lindy Ruff, another guy.
This was not his forte. When he was the coach at Dallas, this was not their style.
No.
So props to him. But
hello, Jared.
How you doing, Jared? Good to see you.
I mean, and even the Avalanche, Jim. I don't care. All right, they didn't have McKinnon. They didn't have Natushkin. They didn't have but they still got Cale Makar. Oh, by the way, Cale Makar.
Oh, Joe.
Mr. Everything they called him, Jim. How about Mr. I can't play defense? How about Mr. I'm not even in the fucking running for the Norris Trophy and my points are down? Mr. Cam, Mr. Every. We have Mr. Everything. I got news for you, you morons. It's Adam Fox. He's light years better than Cale Makar. Light years. You hear that? I said it.
Light years.
Light years.
Buzz Lightyear's ahead of Cale Makar. Makar. Where's Makar? As Jimmy Stewart once said.
And did you see that Mikko Rantanen yell? We have that clip? Do you have that clip?
I don't. What clip was that?
He enters the zone. He's looking for help, and he yells, "Where the fuck is everybody?"
Oh, I heard about that, but I did not see a clip of it.
That was great. There's a guy. I mean, Makar's a talented offensive player. I'm not. But don't give me like fucking Bobby or Mr. Everything. Get the hell out of here. Those two coconut heads just need to shut up and stop talking about the other team. But listen, and you got the Georgiev who would beat the Rangers, and I'm starting to hate Georgiev, by the way, now. Because, when he beat us in the shootout the last time, he was all exuberant. Well, Greg, listen, he beat us, but it was a little extra because he beat the Rangers. Well, he got beat by Shesterkin this time around. And I hope he learns some brains and not to get so crazy when he beats the Rangers. They're just another team on the schedule. It's not like they got rid of him and traded him. They just decided that the Vezina Trophy winner was more apt to be in their future.
Right. Yeah, I was glad they finished him off the other night.
Yeah, it was a decimated Avalanche team, but the Rangers was stinking the joint up. I mean, this is like blowing leads. So they win the game. I'm happy. I don't care. Next game, got to get these points. I mean, we're not even halfway done, and these I got to watch the wild card standings already.
Well, the Devils and the Penguins and the Hurricanes put a pretty good, they're starting to distance themselves a little bit from those top spots. But, if the Rangers can get on one of those rolls like the Devils were on, even something close to it,
they got to
pick up some points.
They got to get on a roll, because they had it the whole year.
Fucking Pittsburgh, they've won 8. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10.
They stunk. They got a bad start.
A couple weeks ago, we're talking here in the house, and Avery said something about, because she's a Penguins fan. She said something about the Penguins being so bad. I said, Avery, they have done this every year of my life. They start off bad. Everybody talks about how, the Penguins might be done. The window's closing. And then they win 15 in a row. And then they're the hottest team in hockey going to the playoffs. I said, you know how many times I've seen this bit from them? And sure enough, I sent her a message today. I said, the Penguins are 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. Who saw that coming?
I mean, Letang gets a stroke.
Right.
You think it's over for them. And they go on a tear, and now he's coming back from his, he's 10 days out or a week out from
really
again.
From a stroke?
Yeah. This is his second stroke. I mean, it's maybe I read wrong. I mean, let me see. My sources, my ragu might be wrong here.
He's already back.
He's already back.
He's already back. Letang returns for Penguins 12 days after stroke. People die from strokes. This guy's back playing hockey in 12 days.
His second stroke. You really... If you have a stroke,
my Uncle Bob had a stroke and cried every day the rest of his life because he couldn't control his emotions. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. This guy's playing hockey in 12 days? God bless you, Uncle Bob. You were missed.
I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. These guys, if you're a Penguins fan, which that stupid kid, what is it, Jimmy Wagner, whatever that kid's name is?
I don't know.
Wagner?
Mayor Wagner?
No, that kid that looks like Jerry Lewis or...
yeah, I know you're talking about.
Whatever. Anyway,
Bobby Wagner?
I don't know. I think he was a...
Poindexter Wagner?
Yeah. So, I just think... Are they... I mean, just to go off topic, a stroke's the same thing. They're still regulating what a stroke is, because I just, like you said, a stroke killed my grandmother.
Right.
I mean, what happened with these strokes? I mean, I don't.
God bless him if he's back playing hockey in 12 days. But I mean, I don't get it, man. Would you? And I don't know, wouldn't you think after your second stroke, wouldn't you say to yourself, maybe God's trying to tell me something?
Yeah. Don't play hockey.
Right. Maybe I should take up golf or something. Howie, I've been tired of the Penguins for 30 years. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Not
They
gonna happen.
got guys fighting off strokes. They're winning draft lottery. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. Thank
Hey.
you, Cutter.
Another former Ranger assistant coach, Mike Sullivan,
Mike Sullivan.
turned out to be a hell of a head coach. He's better than Torts.
Right.
Who
Right.
was the assistant to?
I read a couple weeks ago. I don't remember where I read this, but it wasn't from a blog. It was from someone whose opinion I trust, or at least semi-trust, that apparently before Chris Drury hired Gerard Gallant for this job, he was hoping Mike Sullivan was going to get fired so he could snatch him up. Way back when.
With Jason Strudwick.
Right.
Well,
That was he came highly recommended from Vitaly Yeremyev, apparently, who's our vice president in charge of personnel.
Oh God. So
Look at Cutter coming in with the WebMD here.
what's he got? What about after you have the second one? What's your chances?
Right.
Because that's where Letang is operating.
Right. What's the percentage for hockey players who have two strokes to have a third one, as opposed to a non-hockey playing person?
Or me having a stroke when I have to watch Sammy Blais on the fucking power play one more time. I will say, I was talking to Nick DeCristo, and maybe you guys, we were talking about Sammy Blais. And
Was Nick wearing his stovepipe hat?
yes, he was. And Nick
Excellent.
was, after the injury, let's face it, he had a bad injury last year, but he's up there on hits. But I remember last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, he had a lot more really impactful hits. And in last night's game, he had a very impactful hit, a noticeable hit. I think somebody was tied up with somebody, and he came over and just whacked it. And that's the kind of Sammy Blais hitting I'd want to see, not the racking up the numbers hits.
Right.
More noticeable
Quality, not quantity.
Right.
Is
That's
what you're saying.
I'm looking for. So although get him off the fucking power play, Fester, please. You're driving me nuts.
Well, that second power play is a joke anyway, the way it's handled.
Joke, yeah, because they don't play and then the guys suck on it.
Well, that's the coach. I'm not going to rag on the coach tonight. I'm going to try and leave him alone. 4 in a row. The strings he's pulled the last couple of games have worked out.
People hate that he's fucking with the screwing with the lines. What else is he going to do? It worked. I mean, he was playing, people do not like that Goodrow is on the second line.
Well, I mean, that's good reason right there.
Well, I know you. No, I agree with you. Goodrow doesn't belong on the second line, but Barclay Goodrow comes to play every night. This is how the coach. This is how Gallant. He plays with the guys that are coming to play every night, 100%, and they're playing well. Right now, Barclay Goodrow is playing well. He's got some more goals than he usually has. And this is the way this coach operates. And
they're getting the points right now. So I can't complain. They They're
No, I know that, but there's a lot of, within the Ranger fandom, there is a lot of mixed feelings. Can we just say it? The kids. I can't wait till these guys grow up so I don't have to call them the kids anymore. Is Kako getting enough time? Is Lafreniere getting enough time?
Lafreniere has not been good.
He has not been good, folks. I mean, maybe he's a little frustrated that, and listen, he's a young guy. When you are a phenom like he was in his junior hockey days, and you're sitting on third and second lines and not the phenom, you are not the center of attention and not producing at a level you're used to, I think he's going through a little bit of a confidence thing. And the coach, this coach, I think I haven't still figured out what he does, but I figured out what his modus operandi is win at all costs. Screw development. Screw. It's a nightly.
You're right.
It's a nightly challenge to not get yelled at by the media and not field questions about why they lost. So he doesn't care about Vitaly Kravtsov, his trade mate, all these things. If it's Jimmy Vesey on the first line, it's Jimmy Vesey on the first line.
Sean, I could give you a partial answer to your question, and I don't know if this is an answer you could take to the Maven. I will say that he was at his best during the playoffs because there was a definitive edge to his game that I don't think we've seen at all this season. He was much more of an edgy player. He seemed to be working much harder along the boards and the corners. He was constantly involved in the play. So I would say he did that well in the playoffs, but we have not seen that so far this year. And while we are talking about Sean, I've been saying for weeks I was going to do this because, Eddie, I don't know if you know this, but in Sean McCaff's blog, which is Blue Collar Blueshirts, he promotes the hell out of our show all the time. And yeah, we mentioned Sean and we joke about his books and everything, but we really don't promote him, so to speak. But I just want to mention Christmas is coming. Get on. Whoop, I lost it. There we go. Wrong button. There we go. Get on Amazon. If you're looking for a gift for that Ranger fan in your life, Tricks of the Trade, a century-long history. Sean broke down every trade the Rangers have ever made, including like Don Jackson for Cam Connor. How's that for obscure?
Yeah,
I think that was I'm pretty sure that was the trade. Cam Connor for Don Jackson. But you can get it on Amazon. He's also got his other book is on here. Rink of Honor, I think it's right. The New York Rangers Rink of Honor. Sean is a fantastic writer. Get out there, get his book, put it under the tree, wrap it up, put it in a stocking, whatever you got to do. Support Sean's beer fund. This guy literally sleeps like 15 minutes a week because he's either writing a book or he's blogging. I mean, he's up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you read his blog, and he says, "Oh, I got to finish this up. I got to be up in a half an hour to go to work." And I'm like, "How the fuck are you doing this? Like, I got to have my 7 hours, Eddie."
Oh, I know.
I complain if the game starts at 8 o'clock because that's late for me. This guy sleeps like 9 minutes. And he's on the train. He's working a crane. This guy's in construction. He's up on the top floor of the Empire State Building.
Really? This is what
I'm exaggerating. But I know he works one of those, like, I think he works like those skyscraper, type.
That's pretty cool, man.
It does. But this guy's, he's doing this on 9 minutes sleep. I got to get my 7 hours. I got to have a shower. I got to have a cup of coffee, and then I start work. I just sit right here. This is it. This is my work. I'm sitting here all day. He's out running machinery. So go buy his book. Go buy his book, for God's sakes.
I thought he was slinging hash at like the local Greasy Spoon, but no, he's working the mechanics and the
and we should also mention the great Diane Eck, who is here in the chat room. She's here all the time. She did the editing on these books for Sean.
Right.
She gets 75% of the take to edit these books. Tower cranes. See, he's up there working at tower cranes. He's up there. He's
for that.
What's that? Did he go to school for that?
I bet you there's some kind of training, right? You got to be
Apex Technical School. Remember Apex Technical School? Remember those commercials?
You get the free tools at the end of it.
Right. So, please, Sean's a great writer. We love him. He's a big supporter of the show. We're a big supporter of his. And I needed to make it more tangible. You need to get on Amazon and buy his fucking books. It's enough.
Martin just ordered. Martin.
Good. Attaboy.
You're a man. And I'm sorry about England and the World Cup of soccer there. And
1-0.
It was a shame.
Oh, they're 1-0?
Yeah.
I'm looking through the chat room here tonight. Let's see who's here. John Kozic. I don't know how you say his last name. Kozic. Mike Lakem is here. Why don't you guys call it? We need some new callers tonight. I want to hear from some new people. I want to hear from Ryan Leach. We haven't seen you in a while. Marty Can, how you feeling? Hope you're doing well. If you're feeling up to it, blow us a call. I'll post the link.
He's just a great guy. I love following his soccer rants and stuff. Anyway. So
and his rants in general about like what goes on in England are always funny too.
Yeah, I didn't say
like with the Royals or the politics or everything else. So Andrew Conforte is here. Good evening, sir. How are you? Call in. I want to hear some new people tonight.
All right, whatever.
All right.
I like just hearing us.
Whatever, me. You sound like a broad.
Whatever. Sound like a broad. Are these other people watching on YouTube? Could be.
Yes. We are on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously.
It took a while. It was like 5 shows till it got it right, synced up. But right now, we're doing pretty good. Now, so as far as Gallant, he just wants to win now, and he does it now. Does that jive with middle management and general manager? I don't know. It does. That's just, it's not in the cards. Now, Lafreniere, it's hard to define what the man does well. Does he have a great shot? No. Is he a really good finisher? He's not bad. He came into the league as more of a setup guy. I think he plays well when he gets to the dirty areas of the net. I think the Rangers as a team are better there. And I think they've been better in front of that net. He certainly has regressed a tad. Kako he got a nice goal last night.
Beautiful goal. I'm sorry. I really like his game. He's involved in the play. He's making things happen. I still think the goals are going to come for him. I'm not worried about him. Lafreniere, I'm starting to worry about a little bit. I know they're both only 21, and I'm being very patient. I don't want to get rid of any of these guys. Unlike some people who are declaring them a bust on a nightly basis if they take a shift where they don't score.
Oh, no. It's
patience. We have to be patient.
You got a lot of this. Now that the Wonderkin, Jack Hughes, is healthy. And the kid, come on. We know. Let's just admit it. I could see this coming a mile away. Jack Hughes is a special player. Can we admit that?
Grab a water while you're talking.
Are you going to throw up because I said that?
No, I'm going to grab a water.
Oh, okay. We could see that Jack Hughes is a special player. All right? I'm going to say it. I'm going to admit it. I've been a fan almost for 50 years. I can admit. But we're starting. Well, go ahead, Jim.
I just want to ask, while you're in the middle of this, if the Devils took Kakko and the Rangers wound up with Hughes, are they both on the same track right now? Or
no?
Or are we sitting here lamenting the fact that Jack Hughes only has 3 goals, hasn't played?
No.
He's playing on the 4th line with Sammy Blais and Ryan Reeves.
Jack Hughes, as we were talking to our friend there, what the hell is this? Website blocked. Okay. You see, Mario, again, I don't get it. Yeah, he got beat on the overtime goal. Was it 3-on-3? I mean, I can't even tell you if he got beat or not. But are we going to go into this mode that Hughes sucks and watch him score for fucking a decade? 3 goals. I just hate this mode. I can hate the guy. I can root against him, but I'm not going to be booing him. Oh, those aren't boos. Those are yous.
Right. Those aren't boos, Joe.
Are we going to boo this guy because he was the audacity? He got picked the first pick because the Devils truly sucked. I mean, let's not go through this again with the Crosby sucks again. And for Ranger fans, for you people who just tuned into the team the last 3 years or so, the
Lucky
Rangers. Yeah, no, well, I mean it sarcastically. That the fact that these morons that don't know what happened during that draft, that are saying the Rangers should have taken Hughes.
Right. Oh yeah, I love hearing that. Yeah.
Instead, they took this bum Kakko, not realizing the Rangers had no choice.
Right. There were 2 consensus picks in that draft. The Rangers got the other one.
Right. That's it. That's it. So for you people just tuning in, which seems to be a lot of people, and I don't know what it is well, now you got the Devil fans have emerged from the woodwork.
Oh, Joe, they're out in force, Joe.
Oh, they will disappear
They're out
for a while.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden now they're showing up at the Garden and everything. Matt Zenobia was at the Garden last night. He said they were there was a Devil fan running all over the place, just yelling at every Ranger fan, "Rangers suck."
How come that man didn't get beat up?
Right.
That's what I say. So I'm not.
At the end of the game, I said, "Where is that guy? Go find him."
Yeah.
By the way, the Rangers' next opponent is winning 2. They're up 2-0 on the Anaheim Ducks right now.
Oh, Joe!
They just scored.
Vinny Letaria's ex-team. Ryan Strome, an Anaheim Duck, isn't he?
Ryan Strome.
Or Vetrano, I think.
And Frankie, yep, the rifle.
The rifle. I missed the rifle. Anyway, so I'm not going. Listen, I could hate the guy, Mario. I see you trying to poke the bear. But I am not going to be saying the guy sucks. That's the wrong word. Okay? All right. So apparently the Devils have some team. They got Maury Povich. They've got all these guys. Nico Heshier is now a force. I guess once they got rid of Pavel Zacha, everything turned roses for them.
I did see one funny comment last night when it was, and I had to laugh at this. I don't care who you are, as Larry the Cable Guy would say. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. But I saw somebody said, "How the fuck did the Devils rebuild in a year, and we're in year 5 of a 20-year rebuild?"
Yeah,
it's true though.
Well, I mean, I don't watch enough Devil games to tell you why. But I did listen. Rangers beat them. That's an emotional win last night. Rangers lose it. First of all, what goes on in 3-on-3 with the Rangers in overtime? Can somebody diagnose the problem why this team can't get the puck in overtime? I mean, they were 1-4 coming in, and I really didn't have high hopes.
Right? No, I didn't either.
Presently surprised, as the late great Frankie would say.
Yeah. You know, and 3-on-3 is so. I like it and I don't like it at the same time because it's such a different strategy to 3-on-3 because it's just all about keep away. It's just about keeping the puck away and cycling and cycling and cycling until somebody can break free. And then you just try and get that guy the puck on an odd man rush. And
I feel like the Rangers have a lineup conducive to playing keep away. I mean, you've got, and I'm constantly watching the other team. The whole first line was useless. The guys they put out. Sean, I don't think the Devils play boring hockey. I mean, that's an old Jacques Lemaire left wing lock. They don't play that. They played an up-tempo game last night. Man.
They move the puck as fast as any team we've seen the last couple of years.
I agree with you, Jim.
Like Toronto, you know, like the way Toronto is. I don't understand how it's a good. I know it's a joke, but I really don't understand where all these guys came from. How they did this.
I think.
I mean, the Dawson Mercer and Jesper Bratt and all these guys. Where the fuck did these guys come from? We're waiting 5 years on Philip Heidel.
Wow.
I know. With patience. The doctor needs patience. But how did they do this? What did we do to piss off the hockey gods so much that not only do we only win a cup once every 55 years, we're going to watch the Devils win 3 and then rebuild into another cup before we get another one?
Oh, they're not going to get the cup. You get it.
They've also got better goaltending this year than they've had probably since Tuna retired or went to St. Louis.
That Banachek and what was the other guy that got the guys? Is he hurt? The other guy
is that Blackwood? Blackwood.
Yeah. They got Miles Wood. They got some. I don't know. They're a fast team. Yeah, and I do. The Rangers. It's still a long way to go. But I felt. Now again, what are they playing? Toronto next. That's
yes.
a tough assignment. That's a tough assignment. The Leafs are playing really well, mostly because it's the regular season,
right?
And
Leafs are 8-0-2 in their last 10, which means they're 8-2 in their last 10.
Right. So I believe. I saw something come together in that Devil game. As far as an identity, a bonding of the unit, I will continue, despite some other broadcasts, getting down on Vincent Trocheck. Vinny Trocheck, to me, is endearing himself to me. He won a key face-off. He wins face-offs. And did you see what he did on the bench with Kako, who was like, after his goal, went to the bench and was just doing that old
mope.
Yeah, he was doing the mope. The mope-a-dope. And Trocheck just starts grabbing his jersey and starts talking. I'm like, come on, get excited.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you?
I'm going to punch you right in the bush, see? Wake up, see? You can act like a man.
Yeah, and it's true what Darwin's saying about their goaltending. Plus, they got a lot of magic right now. That magic is not sustainable over 80 games. I mean,
and by the way, Vinny Trocheck is on pace to come very close to his career high in goals right now.
Well,
his career high is 31, and he has 10 goals in 30 games. He had 21 goals in 81 games last year. So 56% on faceoffs, which would also be his career high. So
it's been nothing but a pleasure so far. And he's chippy and chirpy. And I'm going to tell you, the lines you might not like. We talked earlier about Barclay Goodrow on second line. I love Barclay Goodrow.
You're a big fan of his.
Oh, I like that he fights. He'll fight a guy. He's
You're going to be a fan of his for another 5 years. We got him locked up.
No, I ain't worried about the contract. He'll just go into upper management.
He's too good for management.
He's too good. He doesn't have the greatest hands. He's never going to be a 20-goal scorer. But he's just one of those guys. But there are players out of place everywhere in this lineup. What are you going to do with these kids? I want to know. What's everybody's solution? Are they going to play together for the rest of their lives?
It's strange because he put Kako and Lafreniere with Zibanejad a couple of games ago. And I thought they played pretty well together for the 2 games they were together. And then last night when they got off to the bad start, he just threw everything in the blender and put the kid line back together. And they played well together, obviously. I mean, Hedl got the game winner. Kako had a big goal. So I don't know.
I just say for now,
I think it would be good for the team if maybe Kreider and Zibanejad spend a little time apart. Maybe they don't have to play together because I think they both get stale, especially Kreider, who, for all the talk about how much he's regressed, about him regressing from his 52-goal season last year, it's really not. If you go look at his numbers, it's not a big drop-off from where he was at this point last season. But I just think they get a little stale together. Shake it up. Let them, it's all right if Kreider plays with Trocheck or Hedl.
Again, this isn't like Cornwall, LaFleur. I mean, like, you got to mix it. I mean, everybody could use a little shakeup. You put such a bit of jet and you give the what you call it, Lafreniere and Kako. Have them play with them.
I thought they played well together.
Yeah, I mean, and who I've also, you'll have to update me on the stats on how much I'm going to promote this guy. But Johnny Brodzinski, let me tell you, what?
Nothing.
I'm pretty sure this guy, I think we talked about it on last week's show, with the face-offs.
He's been very good on face-offs, Sam.
He should play just by that.
Just
alone.
60.61% on face-offs, Sam.
60%, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
I mean, Johnny, the puck never goes Brodzinski. I like you. Much better than they waved at
Karen
Carpenter.
Carpenter. Goodbye.
Did they make like a big deal about getting that guy in the preseason? He sucked.
Right.
So, and listen, Jimmy VC, come on. I mean, he does what they ask him. He's a good soldier, but I mean, it's
Right.
I really don't like.
Karen Carpenter once sang, "I won't last a day without you." Ryan Carpenter, that does not apply.
With VC, it's just like I don't know. Like
He's fine on the fourth line. That's where he belongs. And the penalty kill.
Fine there.
He's fine down there. He just
kills
doesn't belong in the top
penalties.
six.
I don't know. I have a thing when a franchise has got guys on professional tryouts that make the team. Usually not a good sign. But as a plug-in right now, he's doing well. I'm not getting on him. You guys know that I was
1 year bottom of the food chain contract. Right. I got no problem with Jimmy Vesey. Plus he's put a couple of pucks in the net.
What about Julien Gauthier?
Well, he had a nice run, but he's been quiet.
That guy can't get out of the line. They can't get. They can't get what you call it, Humpty Dumpty in there to play once in a while. Crafts off. No.
Coach is done with Kraftsov. I'm telling you, he's not going to.
Oh yeah, he's completely done with it.
He's done. Yeah. Sean McCaff said it best. He's done with Kraftsov. He has no use for him. He has no use for him. Like John Tortorella had no use for guys, Matt Zuccarello and Jonathan Marchessault, who's only had like a 15-year career. Torts had no use for him.
And releasing. Never listened.
Nobody had never listened. Nobody had use for that guy.
Listened for a whole game.
Dressed him and didn't play him. The Enverlesson, as we called it.
With Stink Pickle, what Tortorella did with him. What he played 59 seconds of like an overtime game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The thing about Gauthier that I really like is his size. Once you see him in front of that net, you're like, wow, if this guy. But that's what I'm always saying. If this guy, and even Sam and Joe, though, and he's having that's a little problem. I know why Rickles hates Kraftsov. Kraftsov is not a physical player. He didn't look good in the games he played. I think Kraftsov's just all like goofy and happy, and it's time to be serious. And I don't think Kraftsov's very serious.
I don't know. I mean, what's going to happen with this guy? He has no value. The Rangers don't know what. I mean, I don't like the way they've handled it. It's
going to be a footnote that we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Right, when he scores 40 goals for the Penguins.
And it's not.
When he scores 40 goals for the Penguins.
No, he's not. No, he's going to.
And all these Ranger fans who said he was a bum. I told you he was going to be good. I told you. That's where I get out the Ranger fan voice. I told you he was going to be good.
I don't know, Jim. I had high hopes for the kid, but I didn't see much this year. But who knows? But you're right. Well, if he doesn't have time, like Sean's talking about fragility. I mean, Heedle's out of the fucking lineup every week.
Right.
But I will tell you, the Heedle, I could see a little bit, and especially after his playoffs. He had a very good playoffs last year. So,
Heedle's got 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points.
And
That projects out to 25, 25 goals in a season. We'll take that.
Definitely
Take that, right? From Filipino.
Yeah, he missed some time, but
Right.
yeah, but definito burrito, as they say. I'd certainly take that. Let's switch our attention. Do you think to the goaltending now? First of all, let's talk about the illogical.
Okay.
Because that's my forte.
Okay.
What is going on with this idiot wearing that Halak jersey at the fucking Garden?
Oh, I don't know
Are
if I've
people
seen him.
seeing this? He's
I
near
don't
the
know if I've seen
runway.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it his agent?
I don't know.
Is it the agent that got him the no move clause?
Did I see this? Did I see this in some kind of fever dream that there's this Halak maniac sitting out there? I mean, nobody's corroborating this, so maybe. So I
don't know.
back.
I haven't noticed it, and I'm usually I'm usually one that pays attention to stuff like that, like the guy that's still wearing a Drury jersey.
Well, this guy's got a. I mean, when they come out for the 3 stars at the end of the game,
right?
He's there, like he's losing his mind. I mean, maybe he's like Halak's crazy brother or something.
Maybe. I'm going to have to pay closer attention.
All right. Now let's go back to the logical. Let's talk about this Shesterkin. He's the road warrior. The stats are unbelievable. I think he's rounding back into shape. Would you say?
Yes.
All right. Wait, there are people.
I think he's played better.
Sean is corroborating. Thank you. That the guy in the Halak jersey.
Waiting for Ricky Dippin' Dots to sing a ballad. Oh, God. The fandoms worldwide.
Oh, God.
It's the worst.
What a fruity franchise.
Let's see. Shesterkin right now is just a hair below his career save percentage. Right? Am I right about that? No, excuse me. Actually, he's a little above his career. I was looking at even strength. A little above his career save percentage this year, and a little below his goals against. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the shit. My bad. I was looking at the wrong numbers. His goals up against is ahead of last year. His is above last year's, and his save percentage is down. But I do think he's played better of late.
Wow. I forgot Mike Peluso is a Ranger.
Jason Mazzotti, isn't he like vice president? Is he assistant GM? Jason Mazzotti?
Is he? No. I think we got him from the Whalers. That's how long ago that was.
Mike
Darwin
Peluso.
It's very positive.
Mike Peluso, he was a Devil, right? Too.
He was a Devil, a Black Hawk.
He was on that. I think he was on that Devils, that first Cup team. He was like part of their, their
fourth line.
Yeah,
he was a middleweight who could throw. All right.
Anyway.
I feel. I tell you, there was a period where Shesterkin was very average, and a lot of that has to do, I believe. Well, I think he just didn't have the magic. I've been talking a lot about magic this year. But I feel like he's rounded into shape now. I think we're going to see Igor, the Igor we're used to seeing. He made a lot of key saves in that Devil game.
I don't show Mike Peluso ever playing for the Rangers. Per Hockey Reference.
What?
Mike Peluso did not play for the Rangers.
Huh.
Per Hockey Reference. And there have been 2 Mike Pelusos that have played in the NHL in the last 25 years, and neither one of them played.
Okay, we got it from Andrew Conforti. Peluso was a PTO
Oh, okay.
who was cut.
Oh,
Okay. Only played preseason. That's either a great memory or a great Google search. We should have who was that other guy that didn't Brian Ralston fail a physical to play with the Rangers?
Jason Arnott.
Jason Arnott, that's right.
We did a tribute to Jason Arnott. He was signed and cut like the same day because he cut his physical, and we did a show that night and did a tribute to his Ranger career.
Faguzzi.
Thank you, Andrew. You're the man.
Andrew, man, you got a memory, bro.
I like it.
Does he have a picture of Fester as his can't really see that.
No, I don't think that's Fester.
Looks black and white. I can't.
Why
see
do you
him.
keep staring at me?
Maui? All right. Great memory, guys.
I'm Uncle Fester from next door.
I'm looking like Uncle Fester. So okay, so I'm happy with the goaltending, but I don't know what's going on with that defense. Jacob Trouba is a mess.
Yes. And I thought Keandre Miller played much better when he got away from Trouba last night. Played much better with Schneider than he has with Trouba.
I know.
Maybe that's another pair that just needs to be split up for a while. And get away from each other. You know, you get too comfortable.
Not mix it around. What could it be? Is he one of those new father guys?
Trouba?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Some people were
Is his wife ovulating? I don't know. Can we get?
Can
we check that? Can we make a call? Have they been up to the Walper in Kitchener for the romantic enhancements? We have to check on that.
I don't know what's going on with Trouba, but the trouble with Trouba. I mean, this guy is
trouble with Trouba.
Only a Star Trek fan,
right? Ship them off with the Klingons, where I'm sure there'll be no trouble at all.
Yes. Frankie Gallo, you're right, man. His nickname should be Apple Turnover. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I mean, it's and then now he was relegated. They brought Schneider up, and they put Trouba with Hayek.
Right.
I mean, if that doesn't send the message,
that's right. Well, Hayek was the guy they had to have, so maybe it's an honor to play with.
You're never gonna let that go.
Not until I figure out why. He was the guy they had to have.
I know, but are you really shocked that the Rangers overvalued somebody that they had to have and that
shocked? I'm saying, absolutely shocked.
Years of winning that we have had.
Usually so prudent with their decision making.
I mean, they are a machine. The titles and the players just keep rolling in. I know you say it with great sarcasm, and you've got to mask the hurt with a lot of jokes if you're a Ranger fan.
Right.
You know, and that's John Kuzic. Kuzic also brings up a good point. I need Trouba to hit more. He's got to get back to that player that he was. And just me, I'm reading all the comments. Hayek's played fairly decently.
Yeah, no, I don't particularly have a problem with him either, but he's another guy that really doesn't have a place on this team. The coach is playing him grudgingly, or is it begrudgingly?
He doesn't. So I just think I'm happy right now with the Rangers because these games against these rivals, the Devils are good now. I don't know how long it's going to last, but they're really good now. Their rebuild, like Jim said, only took 1 year. We had to send the letter, candygrams,
Right.
land shark. I mean, we had to get to let everyone know. Boom, bang, sping. They're right in there. So, I think the Rangers, if they could beat Toronto, they might be finding their footing. I don't want to go out all Cassandra complex and start predicting things.
No, I'm enjoying it as it comes at this point because my expectations have been lowered. So,
Right.
I don't want to get, I'm not going to get too excited just yet.
No, I hear you on that, but
tomorrow night's another big test.
Yes, it's definitely a big time. Changing glasses on the fly.
Joe.
Rebuild Graham for Mongo. So I've been happy, and I think a lot of the fan base was happy that they got to beat the Devils. We've had some crushing losses against some big time rivals, and that felt good to win.
Absolutely. You want to go to the calls? We have a couple people waiting.
Sure, why not?
If you want to do that. All right. Let's talk to somebody. We got two people waiting that we haven't talked to in a while. We'll talk to Ryan first. What's up, Ryan?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
How are you, buddy?
Doing well.
I see your the Christmas tree in the background. Looks awesome.
It does. Yep. Looks very nice.
Yep.
How many Ranger ornaments do you have on there?
So we actually have 2 trees in our house.
Oh, look at you.
This tree does not have any, but my tree in my main family room has 2 of them. You'll like this one, guys. I got a Wayne Gretzky Rangers Hallmark ornament up there.
Nice.
That's a classic. And then I just have a regular Rangers one as well, too.
So give us your thoughts, man. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I tell you, I'll give Drury or Dolan or whoever credit for riding out the Gallant storm because, I mean, he was on that trek like he is with a lot of other teams where he gets into a bad stretch in his second year. And usually about, 5 games ago was when he would get fired from that team and they would bring in somebody else. And they stuck with him. And, I mean, so far, he's turned it around in a short period of time. So, I mean, we'll just, have to wait and see what goes on. But, I've been pleased with the effort the last 4 games. I mean, they have, like you guys said, they have not been 60-minute games. They've been more like 40-minute games, but they won. And, as I would say about my football team, a trash win is a trash win, and I'll take it.
Right.
Yep, I'll take a trash win anytime.
I'll take a trash win any way I can get it, at least. So, but
was that Buffalo win on Sunday? Was that considered a trash win?
Yes.
Over the Jets?
Yes.
It was rotten weather.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get even more rotten weather this weekend against Miami. So
they're playing Saturday against Miami, right?
Yep. 4 to 7 inches of snow they're expecting for that game.
Excellent.
I think I'm again, I don't want to go for football, but do the Jets, I think, need Buffalo to beat Miami? I know they need the Patriots to lose to even get back and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, at this point, if Buffalo beats Miami, they basically are in the driver's seat to win the division. But the Jets could benefit from a Miami loss, but they also have to win their games too, which is
they're playing a hot Lions team. And I never thought that I would actually utter that word.
Rebuilding
Yeah.
since 1957.
Yes.
They may be finally getting somewhere.
Yeah. Where do you stand with the young guys? I'm very interested to hear your opinions on Kako, Lafreniere, and Hedel.
I mean,
Well,
I'm a little more patient. I mean, Hedel has been had his spurts, and I've been pleased with it. And Kako's been picking it up a little bit too. And as I think you guys said earlier, I mean, they're very young in hockey terms right now. I mean, they're not even, there's kids not even out of college at their age, and these guys are playing professional. So, I mean, I see all three of them being top six forwards going, their entire careers? No. I mean, I think that, they might have more like second, third line potential, but I mean, for what they need the Rangers to do, I would say that's, what they need right now at this point. And, there's not really much you can do about it right now. And I'm not willing. I don't think you can get any, not to say you can not get any trade value, but I don't know if you're going to get equal value by trading any of them at this point. So I think you just kind of have to live with the growing pains. And I mean, I think they'll figure it out. Like I said, Hedel's been, he had a great playoff last season. And, when he has played, he's shown, spurts of looking competent on the ice at least. So.
well, all right. Fair
I
enough.
agree. I'm not ready to give up on anybody yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Fat Cats, I think, are going to have to start producing a little bit more. I mean, Zabinajad's been doing it. Panarin seems been a little quiet.
He's got a lot of points in the last, but he just doesn't score enough for my liking.
Yeah, I mean, they're producing.
He doesn't like to shoot the puck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're producing a lot of things that you don't see on the score sheet, but at some point you have to put the pucks in the net too. So
okay.
I mean, Igor's been solid. The thing is, and I mean, I think we were spoiled all those years with Hank, but he doesn't get a lot of shutouts at all. And I mean, if he wins, that's great. But I wouldn't mind a game once in a while where he shut a team out, and then we wouldn't have to really worry about having to score 3-4 goals. But I mean, like I said, we were spoiled with Hank all those years too. Baba Shampooey.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
A callback to an old nickname, Baba Shampooey. Yeah, especially last year with the Rangers facing like 40 shots a night. It's hard to get a shutout, but Hank used to get him. Hank was getting 6-7, but won the Vezina last year, and I think he looks good now. So we'll see what happens.
He looks better than my son in the net. I can tell you that right now.
Why? How old's your son?
He just turned 7, and he's starting his first year playing hockey this year. So,
that's awesome.
He absolutely loves it, and he's gotten an asphyxiation to playing goalie, and it's driving his mother nuts because
no, you don't want the kid to be a goalie.
Yeah, because
it's
just
super expensive.
Alone is going to be enough.
It's super expensive. They got to go to goalie schools, this and that. No.
Thankfully, at his age, they have pads that they can strap over their existing pads, and the league provides them. So if he wants to do that, that's fine. But once we get having to pay for it, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Unless he gets an endorsement contract.
Exactly.
Maybe Bauer will give it to him.
My friend has a daughter who's a goalie. She started when your son started. Now she's 16. She's a phenomenal goalie. So I said to him, she went to Hank's school. I go, when am I going to see her on Team USA? He's like, she's got no shot. I go, but she's really good. He goes, she's short. She's not 6 foot. She's like 5'3", 5'4", whatever she is. So if you don't grow up to be tall, you got no shot.
Emil was 5'3". He played goaltender.
Yeah, that was in 1920.
Beezer was 5'7".
He wasn't 5'7".
Yeah, I think he was. He was not tall.
It's like Don Beaupre short. So I don't know.
I'll say he has fun doing it, and he loves it. And listen, as long as he loves it, hey, listen, I can live at a hockey rink for three days a week if I have 3-4 days a week if I had to. We just had a trip to Lake Placid, had a great time.
That's great.
So,
yeah, that's great. Hey, listen, that's what it's all about. Hockey is. What does it say? I can't read.
5'8". I was close. 5'8".
I don't think he's 5'8".
I'm 5'8", so I mean that's the other thing too is he's not going to exactly have the height gene growing up either because I'm 5'8" and his mother's shorter than me too, so it's not exact. He's not exactly unless he gets his grandfather's genes of a little bit of height. He's doomed.
But I will give you the silver lining in this. As I'm talking to my friend, he goes, but because she's a female and, and she's really good, she's going to get a free ride to like Plattsburgh or one of these state schools.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, especially
good.
around our area in upstate New York, the girls hockey is really starting to become a big thing. Like our youth hockey organization has teams from 18 to 10 under, and they're full teams. I mean, it's becoming a big thing. The girls hockey is, and I mean, my son, he's in a group of 80 kids of 8-year-old and unders, and about a quarter of them, or maybe a little under a quarter of them, are girls. So.
Yeah, it's becoming very big.
Wow.
It's becoming big, yeah.
Yeah. And now in the NHL, all these goalies are big. Like 6'2" is small. I mean, even Shesterkin, he's not that big, right? How tall is he?
I'm gonna guess he's 6'1", but let me.
I was gonna say 6'2".
I'm looking.
I think he's over 6 foot though.
6'1", 189 pounds.
Okay. There you go. See, I learned a lot about height today.
But
all right.
Yeah, hey, 4 in a row. I'm happy. I like Jim, I think, said earlier, if they, or you guys, or Eddie, you said earlier, if they beat the Maple Leafs, then I'm gonna start really believing. But I don't trust Rickles. I don't trust him. I don't think he does anything. Like, I really don't think he does anything. I think he just shows up to practices and stands around, and I just don't know what he does.
He keeps the pucks frozen. See, it's weird, Eddie. The diehard fan that really follows this team, lives and dies with them, just has not. They have not embraced this coach.
I know
a lot of them, and it's strange.
I've been watching Rickles too. After the Rangers score, or after they won, actually,
he shows no emotion.
No emotion.
No emotion.
The assistant coaches, the Mike Kelly there, was smiling. What's his deal? I don't get it. You got to be happy when you win. I don't know what it is.
There's no emotion. It looks like, it doesn't even look like he talks to the players at the bench. Like, it's just I seriously, like, he doesn't have a game plan. We all know that. There's no game plan ever. He just shuffles around the lines as the game goes on, and
there he is, live looking on Rickles right now.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. I mean, you can't really replace him with anybody. I mean, honestly, he's very really the answer to this right now. I mean, you need to have a coach that can work with these players, because you're not changing anything because everybody's got a no movement clause.
Right.
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 And the main concern with the Rangers and the fans is the development of these young guys, and Trotz is not the guy for that.
No.
Trotz is one of the reasons, at least one of the knocks on him is that he didn't play a lot of the Islanders' more offensive players. And
might as well bring back.
Yeah, you might as well bring back Torts. I mean, if you're gonna stifle people,
because that's going swimmingly in Philadelphia right now.
Yes.
Is
it over for him or what now? I mean,
they're 2-5-3 in their last 10. They're in 7th place, and they were hot for a while, weren't they? Weren't they like on a bit of a hot
season? Well, not
like started slow, got hot.
Their goalie played well, and now he stinks.
Well, that's all Torts needs. He had Hank. He had Hank all those years, and he rode that hot goalie, with the Rangers, and he had nobody really behind him, and used to. I mean, like I said, I think wasn't it that Philly game that we played against him where we won like 1-0 in overtime, and I lived.
I was there
with him with the hard on behind the bench.
Yeah.
0-0 after regulation.
Yes.
Yeah, they started off like 5-2. They got off to a pretty good start.
I was there in my luxury suite, taunting the people with.
Oh yeah, you were at that game, Eddie.
Yeah,
I forgot you were at that game.
Taunting the poor people. I'm rich, you're poor.
Poor. Meanwhile, I was the poor schlub in there. But
I was happy to see last night, even though I was stuck watching the Devils broadcast because my cable company will not show us the Rangers broadcast when they play the Devils for some reason or another. I have no idea. But I was happy to see that Sam actually got the overtime call right, and we didn't have to hit the record, like in the playoff game.
Yeah. He's too much, that guy.
That will never not be funny.
Don't you have access to the MSG Go app?
I do, but the problem is you have to link it up to your cable company, and when you link it up to your cable company, they show you what they gave to the cable company. The problem is up here in upstate is they considered us a quasi Buffalo market, so we get the Sabres games up here too on MSG.
Right.
And so like it's a strange setup because like tonight they're showing the Sabres game and the Devils game that's on isn't even on, which I'm not missing that, thankfully. But like it's just weird. Whenever they play the Devils or the Islanders or the Sabres, you get the other teams. You never get Sam and Joe, which could be a blessing and a curse if you think about it. I mean, but sometimes I don't mind listening to the Joe.
Oh yeah,
I'd still rather listen to them than anybody else.
Oh, do you like those joint chants, Joe?
It's just good for comedy.
Rangers, let's go Devils chant back and forth, Joe. Oh,
he always. Yeah, it's funny because you heard it. Of course, you heard it a lot when they were in Colorado, and I think even when they were in Vegas. He's got to mention every time the "Let's Go Rangers" chants start in an opposing building. Oh, the Ranger fans here got a "Let's Go Rangers" chant going, Joe.
Yeah, this is one of the things that really chafes me about him is that he's got to let me know about a chant that I can fucking hear on my 60-inch TV. Oh, and a chant of Igor goes up from the crowd. I can hear.
Eddie, you don't miss him telling you those are boos, Joe. Those are zoos.
They really are boos. It's Boo Nieves.
I mean, as much as we pick on him, I mean, I will have a soft spot and miss him when he's gone. But I think he's got
absolutely because I think we're going to get somebody worse.
I still think we're gonna get Kenny Albert. I really do.
I don't know. Kenny's got like 12 jobs. Why would he? He gets to do all different kinds of things. Why would he pigeonhole himself to the Rangers?
I think what he would do is
unless he doesn't have to work with Joe Micheletti.
Right. I think what he would do is like what Mike Breen does with the Knicks, where he'll show up when basically there's no conflict to do the Rangers games, kind of like what he does right now with the radio broadcast. But I mean,
last weekend when Sam was sick, it was crazy. Kenny did the Rangers game Friday night, did the Knicks game Saturday afternoon, and then I think he came back and did the Ranger game Saturday night, and then did the Giants game Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
This guy's tireless.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see. Sam's got a lifetime contract from what I hear.
I can't wait for Joe to go though. That's the one I can't wait for.
He's just a nothing. He's not.
Give me Dave Maloney. I mean, give me a Ranger, not a St. Louis Blue.
Right.
I take Espo back.
Well,
At least they had chemistry. At least him and Sam had chemistry.
Is Espo still doing games for the Lightning?
No,
he was doing the radio, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was doing radio for the Lightning.
Maybe.
Wow.
Espo just tells it like it is, like he's got no filter, which is always good. But when he was
Espo negotiated the Brittany Griner trade, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do that.
No, it was great. Anybody who was a Ranger fan during the Esposito GM era, it was a fun ride, man. I could say as somebody lived by it, and things were a lot looser with contracts and no movement clauses. There weren't any players were just be coming in and out like on a weekly basis.
Howie says Espo's doing the home games on radio.
Oh, there you go.
Probably from his house too, because of COVID regulations.
Could be.
I'm surprised.
It's Florida. There are no COVID regulations down there.
That's true.
That's why half the country moved down there.
Yeah, that's true. Did Sam and I forgot what I was going to say. Something about Sam, but have Sam and Micheletti? They've been traveling to these away games,
except for the weekend they played Arizona.
Because they couldn't fit them into the building because of fire code regulations.
That's not true, is it? I thought you were serious for a minute. That weekend they played Dallas and Arizona. They didn't make that trip.
I would not put that past Bettman, though. Did you hear the latest one with Bettman, by the way, guys?
No.
He says that the digital ad things, he goes, the people that are complaining about it, he goes, it's a good thing they're complaining because that means they're paying attention to it and it gives them more revenue
he's a fucking
moron. It's gonna increase the cap by $1 million.
I'll never buy a goddamn thing on those digital
if
ads.
It's good enough.
I will. Okay, I rebut Mr. Any digital ad that I see that catches my attention, I am not purchasing any.
Boycotting whatever it is.
It annoys me.
Sam doesn't get confused by him if he's watching the monitor.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's that beer can going down the? Oh no, that's.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen! There's a Delta Airlines plane that's crashed into the 7th floor of Madison Square Garden.
The premises.
Please, we've got to go. Oh wait, that's an ad.
Chris Kreider is throwing himself in front of a plane.
There's an ad for Cutco knives on the thing. Oh my God! Watch out!
Oh boy!
All right, Ryan. Well, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, Ryan, man.
Don't be a stranger.
Always watching.
All right.
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
The Christmas show on Patreon.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, take care. We'll see you.
I'm going to dress up as Santa.
Oh yeah. I wish I had my own costume.
I did.
I would
did,
do
but
that.
Somebody stole it.
Really?
Well,
Somebody
never gave it back.
Who steals a Santa costume? What's wrong with people?
I don't know. What a world.
Yes, we talked last week about our Patreon supporters, and you can see the website is right down below Eddie and I there, www.patreon.com/Blueshirt Underground Show. You can sign up, sponsor the show, $1 a month, $2 a month, however much you care to contribute. It helps us pay for this show. It helps us pay for our Be Live subscription. It pays for our Podbean subscription for those of you that like to catch us the next day on Spotify and iTunes. And I'm going to try and get us on Amazon Podcast too. I noticed yesterday you can put your podcast on there. I'm going to see what we got to do that. Anyway, so for those of you that sign up, we put you in our special Facebook group for the Patreon supporters. We do a live recap after almost every broadcast. We did special playoff shows just for our Patreon supporters last year. And Eddie and I have decided that this year our Christmas Spectacular will be an exclusive show for Patreon supporters. We figure that they are the ones that make that. They are the engine that drives this show, that keeps us on the air. And we are going to give something back to them. So it's time to sign up. www.patreon.com/Blueshirt Underground Show. And as a special bonus, Dr. B, Dr. Darwin Bushman, who everybody knows and loves, has graciously, and I do mean graciously, offered to match any donations that anyone makes in the next, I think he said 3 days. He will match your donation. So if you donate $2 a month, Dr. B is going to throw another $2 in on top of it. Or if you are already a Patreon supporter and wish to increase your monthly donation, he will match that as well. So now is the time to sign up. We're going to do our Christmas show next week. It's always a fun one. We play some music. We talk about Christmas. We have a little fun. We'll play the Brian Boyle rant that everybody loves. And I am looking, I'm trying to see if we can get a guest. I'm working on it. So we'll see what happens.
A guest?
A guest, maybe. We'll see. It's been a while.
All right.
Except for Russ Cohen and Steve Cordianos.
Those guys are.
So now is the time to sign up. www.patreon.com/Blueshirt Underground Show. This show is commercial free. We don't have a sponsor. All we have is you guys. That's what keeps us on the air.
Right.
So go ahead and sponsor the show. We do appreciate it. We do try and take care of our Patreon supporters.
Yes. We really love you guys. And Darwin, Dr. B, man, thank you for all you do. In all seriousness, I know a lot of times we joke around, but it means a lot to me and Jim that you are such a fervent follower of this show and a great guy.
Absolutely. And everybody here is very loyal. We appreciate that. Not Leslie Treff.
Oh, what?
You guys are all very loyal, and we appreciate it. And but we try and do something a little extra for our Patreon supporters because, like I said, they are the ones that keep us on the air.
Yeah.
You know, for a long time, this was all done out of pocket by Eddie and I. So, you know, we appreciate every dollar that comes in because it's a dollar less that Eddie and I have to go into our own pocket for.
And
Leafs now lead the Ducks 3-0 if you care. I don't think it'll be Neil Smith. Neil Smith wanted to get paid to come on the show. I had to beg him to get him to agree to 15 minutes, and then he never showed up. So what can I tell you about Neil Smith? Could have been a great interview, and he blew us off. He wanted to get paid. He did not want to be anyone's free guest. Those were his words. I think I even showed you guys my Twitter conversation with him on one show. He wanted to get paid to come on the show. So what can I do? What can we do?
What an ass. All right. My cat's here. I'm ready to go.
All right. Eddie's voice is giving out. We're going to let Eddie rest his voice. Patreon supporters, we'll see you guys next week for the big show. Christmas. Eddie, how does, let's see, how does Wednesday night next week work for you, the 21st?
Works good.
All right. So if you're in the Patreon group, we will see you next Wednesday night. And like I said, plenty of time to sign up. Is the link on the Facebook page? I could put it there for you. I'll put it there, guys. I'll put it there tonight or tomorrow probably. All right. For now, I think that's it. We're going to let Eddie go gargle some salt water, a little lemon.
I love the leather chair empire I have. Jack Hughes, my beloved Jack Hughes will be on, Mario.
Hold on. There we go. I had to turn the band down a little bit. All right. Let's go, Rangers. Let's keep it together. Thank you guys for being here.
Keep it together. Let's go. Keep it on a roll. Still don't know what he does.
But we'll take it. I guess we'll take it.
Okay.
All right, guys. We love you, Eddie. Always a pleasure. Feel better, my friend.
Yes.
And I'll see you next week.
You can watch.
If we don't see you next week, I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Feliz Kwanzaa.
Navidad. Buona Natale. Frelic de Weihnachten.
Yeah, that too.
Joyeux Noël.
All right.
All right. Take care. Good night, everybody.